Welcome to the Jim and John Show. This week's matchup is a flyweight conference battle between the Omro Foxes and the Vikings of Winnebago Lutheran Academy. Omro has traditionally been a tough opponent, and it has a culture of a stifling defense. They are coming off 3 straight wins and are tied for the top spot in the flyweight conference. On the other side, WLA is rebuilding their team with youth. 4 starting sophomores, including one of the best young goalies the conference might have ever seen in Cal Narrance. After a decisive win on the road against New Holstein, 5-0, is WLA's offense starting to figure it out? Or will Omro's stifling defense shut them down? Talk is cheap, and that is why we play the game. Get ready for a good one.
And now for your WLA Vikings.
And now, Jim, for WLA's starting lineup. A couple of changes tonight, and it starts with forward Ben Dorr starting at forward with Kyler Narrance. Jack Raby and Caleb Schrader in the midfield, and Caleb is a change. Sam Schrader and Richie Thiesfeld as outside midfield. Mitch Edwards and Eric Bender as fullbacks. Mason Koblik and Luke Schlavinsky as sweeper and stopper, and yes, Cal Narrance at goal tonight. Today's broadcast is copyrighted, protected by the Jim and John Show, but we want our WLA families to share it. The opinions expressed during the Jim and John Show are ours, and not WLA or any other affiliates of WLA. So, go ahead and enjoy today's broadcast.
OVP, let's go! We're going to take this game just as seriously as any other. Let's start out intensity. Intensity on 3. 1, 2, 3. Intensity! There we go.
Well, Jim, it's been a couple of weeks since our last game. Here we are. WLA Vikings take on the Omro Foxes all the way from up past Oshkosh, Jim. 63 degrees, overcast, a little bit cloudy, I would say, more than anything, and sputtery rain, but I don't think we're going to get rained out.
No, I think we're going to be okay tonight. A little cool here, John. I'm not quite used to it yet.
Fall is here, definitely. Field conditions, Jim, still look good, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, the grass still looks fantastic.
Sure.
Both teams have taken the field. They're just getting ready for the opening kickoff. WLA is heading south as we're looking across the field. Omro gets the opening kickoff. They take the ball. Jim, there's basically very little wind coming out of the west at maybe a mile or 2.
Yep, a little crosswind, but that shouldn't affect the play.
Nothing compared to what they're getting in Florida, Jim.
So I looked today, checked out this Omro squad, and I was a little surprised to see they were 3-2. I think they got a good coach, and I think things are going in the right direction. But then I looked a little closer and saw 2 of those wins were against Lamira. So
yeah, they played them in a tournament, I saw. Is that right? And then they played them in a conference game. They beat them both times.
yeah.
But
So a good test for the Vikings nonetheless.
yeah, the Vikings still undefeated on the season. They got a couple of 3 ties, but 3 wins as well. So 3 wins, 3 ties. And here comes a through ball. Can Kyler get to it? Almost. But he's aggressive to the ball, trying to pick it up. And there, right there, is Sam Schrader.
Oh. Great pass by Sam. You know,
Got him
Kyler's
in the offsides position.
You know how to turn the sound down on this? The pastor said it's really good.
He turned it up because it was so. Nice opportunity there. Kyler. Oh, Ben Dorse wide open. Jim, am I seeing Ben Dorse playing up in the forward position tonight?
Yeah, it's the first thing I noticed when Pastor handed us his lineup before the game was he had Ben crossed off as midfielder and put at forward. So he's pairing him with the other senior up there, Kyler, and then it looks like they've switched. You know, Richie is for sure out on the left wing now, and then that means they got the 2 super softs, Jack and Schrader there in the center mid.
So yeah, he's trying to get. I mean, Ben Dorse has a little bit different body style than Schrader. You're bringing in a more powerful kid up into that forward position to try and grab some opportunities and outmuscle people.
Yeah, and I have a feeling as the game wears on, the season wears on, we'll see those guys interchange a little bit. As we normally do, they may flip-flop a little bit and maybe, stick Caleb up there for a little bit.
Oh, Jim, that's
pretty risky.
That's a little bit on the dangerous side. That one caught me off guard. And what I'm talking about is a very short goal kick. That almost is a turnover in my book. You're just giving the other team the ball right in there in the scoring zone. WLA doing a nice job of swinging the ball around in the defense. And boy, he had to fight hard to get it back, and then he loses it.
Got to be a little quicker over there, Mitchell.
Yeah, the ball was kicked in slow motion, Jim, around the horn. The play was correct, just the actual doing was not as good as we had hoped. Throw in for Omro. Could hear it hit off the chest. Boy, you can hear everything tonight. I can hear like popcorn being crunched. That's one way to keep our sideline reporter busy. Give her a bag of popcorn. No, thank you.
It's not very often, John, we stand up in this booth and it's fairly calm, so I'm gonna take advantage of that tonight.
Ooh, through ball. This is very dangerous for WLA. Oh, excellent goalie play, Jim. Right in the right spot. Used his body. It came up so quick. He couldn't even get his hands up, but he chested it down. But a nice run for Omro, Jim.
Yeah, they brought that number 11 Molitor from the center, and he made a great diagonal run there.
There's a nice play out of trouble, and Jack whips it down here. Their goalie is sitting deep in the box, Jim. Not coming up to get it.
Should be ours. So what does that tell you, John? If he's sitting in the goal when that ball is that far out, he's not coming out. So we may pay some
that
dividends. That
tells you a little bit about a goalie when they don't come out like that. Eric Binder is new on defense on this right side as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's Eric's probably the third or fourth guy that Pastor's rotated in there. So I don't know if he's still looking for that right fullback or if Binder's won that job. So we'll see as the game goes on tonight.
Illegal throw, but then he said down on the ground, so I think that was a handball.
Handball.
Who we got here? Is it the lefty?
Richie
taking a hit.
Hook one in.
Yeah, last time we were here, I asked for a mulligan. Let's see if he can put it right on this time.
It's about
Ooh, that's looking nice, Jim.
9-iron right there.
And it was an own goal? Is that what it was, off the goalie's head?
I think that came off of an Omro player, but I'm not...
Yeah, either it hit off the goalie's head and he hit it, or it hit off of an Omro player. But nonetheless, WLA, in the 6th minute, goes ahead 1-0.
In the 6th minute, Viking goal.
That's just recorded as
Yeah, it was officially, it looks like an own goal. That's what it looked like to me up here. It looked like it skidded across one of their heads and went in.
So tomorrow when you read that in the paper, well, you won't because the reporter stinks, but if you would, it would say own goal. But we know, being here, that was a fabulous free kick by Richie.
Absolutely,
just
Jim.
A gorgeous ball.
Absolutely.
Tough one to handle for the defense, and that got us a goal.
Absolutely. Over the past years, our free kicks like that in set plays have been extremely fruitful. Mm-hmm. We got a little bit of a hold on Ben there. But absolutely, Jim, I don't want to shortchange Richie because he did an absolute... I mean, that thing was bending, Jim, and it was hard. It was hard to see and handle, and that's exactly what happened. Nice play here by Sam Schrader. He's playing outside here on the right-hand side, doing a nice job. This number 11 for Omro, Jim, has got some wheels.
Just lightning quick. And he does not mind going left.
Look at that. That is a good-looking play.
Now, I don't know if he's a natural lefty, but boy, his left foot is fabulous.
WLA scrambling down here in the danger zone. And left his feet, not like what we want. There's a nice setup here. WLA's got some opportunity.
Well, we got
coming down with
racehorse
3.
soccer here early, John. Back and forth. Usually you don't see this.
Ball short, and Aaron's didn't have a chance to go up and get it.
I'm excited to see both Caleb Schrader and Jack Raby at center mid. Those guys can create. Do a wonderful job. How old is it? Oh, he's a good player.
There's a nice play there to get the ball through where it needs to go. Change of the field. Jack Raby handles it very well. I like what they did to get out of trouble, Jim, out of the danger zone. Brought it right up the field. I'm real happy up to this point. So let's see if we continue to move it up and get into our offensive scoring third. Narrance with a... I love his throwing, but when you're a forward, you really should probably be in the action, especially when you're one of the biggest and strongest kids on the team, right?
Yeah, his big body would be great. And
oh, look at that. Oh, nice
he was,
shot, and he was clipped a little bit.
Jack was caught there. Oh,
look at this cross. Oh, and a beautiful play across, and Sam Schrader had his head on it, just a little bit off, and we would have had a score there.
I'll tell you what, John, that was some beautiful footwork by Jack Raby. Turned his guy, got him biting inside, went back baseline, and put a beautiful cross in. That was nice.
Yeah, that really was nice. I don't know how Jack kept his balance there, because when you're clipped like that from behind, it's extremely hard.
Most guys are going to go down. He didn't. He stayed up, kept his feet.
Yeah, just like what Eric Bender just did. Jim, instead of just kicking and clearing the ball, he took his time and looked up. That could be because we're talking a little bit on the field tonight. I do hear quite a bit of talking, but I can't tell if that's the...
Whoa.
I can't tell if that's the 2 coaches from Omro or if it's our players.
So we're 9 minutes in. The Vikings have already identified number 11, Molitor, as the guy. He goes nowhere without either Eric Bender or Luke Slavinsky on him. And you see that's a well-coached team. They're not going to let him get a free run.
Here's Ben up a little bit high with the ball, but he's bringing it up the field. He's going to try and push it through to Kyler. Kyler tries to win it, and they get a throw-in for a positive play for WLA. He's looking for Ben down the field, and he whistles it. Ben does a nice job of turning. Can he get it in? And it was not quite inbounds out the back line.
So far, the Vikings have been, all of their offensive pressure has been right up the middle. You know, we've been trying to get that through ball on a little bit of an angle, so let's see if we start working it outside here.
Yeah, I'm kind of, as you well know, I'm an outside, inside, outside player. I like the diagonal play, Gwen.
That's okay.
Hey, don't jump, Eli. Win it here. You see?
He's trying to drop it up into the danger zone. A lot of hands there. That was well played, Jim. To get out of trouble, he played that well. I like what Ben's doing, Jim. Look at this here. This could be a one-on-one. It's close. Didn't hit. Oh, he's saying he had control. Wow. Looked very close, but you know, they gotta make that call in favor of protecting the goalie. But boy, that was close, right? You couldn't call that one any closer.
You could hear their coach screaming for their goalie to get out on that. And he just about cost him a goal there. And we just talked about that a few minutes ago.
Yep, sitting in the hole. Sam Schrader sticking right with him, making him kick it out of bounds. Nice job, Sam. He's been solid tonight so far.
I'll tell you what, John, you know, like you said, we haven't seen these guys play for 3-4 games, but Sam Schrader doesn't look like the same kid we saw 2 weeks ago.
No,
indecisive and not quite sure. He's playing with confidence, and he's playing well tonight.
Jack Raby waiting for that ball. Knew it was going to happen. He is always impressive. He's going to beat this guy around.
That's Caleb.
Oh, that was Caleb Schrader. I apologize. Wow, that was
It's
a great
like
play.
lightning.
Here it comes,
Oh, there it
Cross.
is.
He's got it.
There it is.
Yes, it is. That we
Richie?
could
Is
see
that-
that one all the way.
Was that Richie?
Yeah, that was Richie with the blue shoes over there. I saw it leave his foot. Boy, Richie's set up.
Viking goal in the 12th minute. Number 18, Kyler Naritz. On a cross from Caleb Schrader.
What's that?
Wait for the signal before you stop the clock.
I know.
Nobody else ever signals, I guess.
One more, please.
WLA up 2-0, scored in the 11th, actually the 12th minute, up 2-0 against Omro. You know,
Omro's got
yeah, they've been playing
a couple of
aggressive.
very quick forwards. Their midfield really struggles, but they got a few.
No play on the ball.
They got a couple of pretty quick forwards that we've seen tonight.
5 seconds.
Oh, nice play, and he's got it. Jim, if you would have dropped that, the number 7 was standing right there for Omro, ready to put that one back up.
Yes, we saw Cal early on in the season. Kid's got some phenomenal talent back there.
What I'm seeing a little bit different, Jim, and this was maybe my complaint the last game, is I didn't feel the first game of the year, I did not feel the forwards came back and got the ball and helped our offense. Tonight I'm seeing the exact opposite. I just saw Kyler come back and get the ball. The play before, a couple of plays before, I saw Ben Dorst come and get the ball.
Yeah.
That's, in my opinion, when you got two forwards like that, you got to have one that's always up front and one that's trying to position that other player.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be the same guy. They can
Crisscross
Right.
and take turns depending on the position of the field. And I'll tell you what, they're playing that extremely well, Jim, just like you'd want to draw it up. And look at this. Slavinsky's looking over here for Schrader.
And to your point, John, it doesn't mean you only have a one-man attack then, because when that forward comes up and holds that ball, there's a great opportunity
here.
right there. Set
Bang it. Nice for him to get his foot on it.
Oh, he was off.
Oh, and
Don't
offsides.
turn it off. You gotta wait for him. That's why he's saying that. That wasn't a goal.
Offsides header
Yeah.
goes in, but unfortunately Kyler came from an offsides position. But boy, how did he
Great
get
play
the
there.
ball into that spot?
Fabulous. And you
Kudos.
saw, I think that was Caleb again, twisting and turning and getting that little pop fly on there. I mean, just some really good soccer right now.
Yeah, I mean, for us up here, it's really hard to tell the difference between Jack Raby and
Yeah.
Jack.
They
Their
both got-
bodies,
They both got the old man bun going.
and
I
they
think.
both
There's a blast
good
by
players.
Jack. 1-8 and 1-9. They are hard to tell.
Yeah. I gotta look. One's got orange shoes. That's, I guess, maybe how I can tell. Nice ball. We got caught off, but thank goodness he shot it over the
That's
top.
really rare for Mason. Usually he does not lose his mark on that. So a little two-man soccer if we can find 11 and
Coming in
7.
for the Foxes, number 3, Aaron Clifford. And number 19, Evan Gitter.
You know, Omro has had a couple of chances, Jim. They can't quite put it together, on the offensive.
It's a lot different Omro team than we used to see years back.
Yeah.
Remember how hard it was to score on them?
They
didn't
were a
matter
defensive team.
How good you were. Even our best teams would only beat them sometimes 2 or 3 to nothing, because they'd possess and they'd sit back and they had great defenders. This is a freewheeling Omro team here. It's up and down and back and forth, and
Yeah.
both teams are going to score tonight, and it may be a lot of goals.
Yeah, in the pregame show, I talked about Omro traditionally being a defensive team, waiting for the other team to make a mistake
Coming in for the Vikings, number 15, Brennan Coleman.
and hoping to beat them 1-0, Jim. That was traditionally what Omro was. They're surprised me. This is not the same Omro culture that we've seen for years. Here's a nice ball, and goalie does a nice job getting it. I think to keep Lemke, boy, there's a couple of Lemkes on the team. Must be brothers.
Oop. Boy. Not a good place to turn that ball over in the middle of the field like that.
Ball that just keep trying to push it up into the offensive scoring position. WLA is doing Jim, from all angles, doing a much better job of seeming like they're getting the ball up to this side of the field. In the past games, we saw them running back and forth full lengths of it.
Yep.
Now, we're seeing that a couple of times, but the majority of the game has not. Now, as I say that, took a little bit of time to get that, Jim.
Nice job, Eric. Nice job.
Eric's done a solid job. Tonight.
I know it's difficult to do in high school, but I really would like to see that back pass from the defender to the goalie in that situation. That would have just alleviated so much pressure.
And for whatever reason, over the years, we traditionally have not seen a lot of that in WLA soccer. You know, you see that way more in the summer. Look, they got some good crossing, Jim.
Yep.
Their players are crossing nicely.
Nice job by Luke Schlavinsky that time. Came from his stopper position. He saw that the outside mid was a little bit out of position, and he came back and marked 11. Nice job there by Luke.
Good to see that too, Jim. Can he get a head on it? Oh, missed it. We got Brennan that came in.
Good win there. Good win there by Caleb.
Yeah, we have fan mail and fan questions, so my phone's going crazy, so I don't want to miss that.
Here we go. Good patience.
Yeah, the question is, we started a fan thing. We got a sign over there. The goalie, the cheetah. We have seen the cheetah bounce one right off of his chest tonight. But hopefully the cheetah can stay in his den, huh, Jim?
Well, we saw him on that little cross in front of our goal there. You see him come out and with that cat-like quickness and pounce on the ball. And that's definitely a strength of Cal's.
Slavinsky trying to get his foot on it, had it and lost it.
Hey, find 11, find 7, and you're fine. Where's 11?
There's a nice play
That's
through.
where the ball went.
He got a nice tap on it.
Number 11.
Ooh, and a push from behind.
Yeah.
They saw it, and we did too. And one thing I like about Omro is they're using a little bit more hands, Jim. They're doing a little bit more holding. They're doing a little bit more physical, and that's good. That's more like the Omro teams we've traditionally seen, more from the defensive end than the offensive end,
Right.
which is quite different.
But in theory, you know, that's kind of, maybe that's where the coach is going, and that's where you have to be nowadays in soccer. Spent the last 2 nights watching MLC on, on my laptop. Watched their games that were streaming live, and the physicality in college soccer, as you know, John, is just about over the. It reminds me of WWE at times. I mean, it's literally wrestling.
And what you see as a call there is so extreme, it's almost like somebody broke his arm. They finally called something. And to see a yellow card, their arm has to be dangling.
Yep. Although your buddy Luke Mayhawk got in a game against Gustavus last night, and it was a real spark plug. They stuck him up. We went 2 forwards for a while. And Luke really made an impact on the game, but
here comes the cheetah chance, and the cheetah picks it up.
Stood his ground, did not back down.
Man, claws out, Jim, and he just sucked that ball right in with those claws.
He stands in there, John. I mean, there's no fear in that young man.
There's a push. I don't want to go over the top, but I got to tell you, I am incredibly impressed. I have to keep remembering, he's a sophomore, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's a sophomore.
Yeah. And he's not, physically, his body has not developed yet.
Yeah, he's not an 18-year-old senior.
But, man, the skill set's really good. So anyway, back to my MLC story. Luke, you know how aggressive he is.
Oh, yeah.
He was feeling it, and the crowd was cheering for him, and he went and took a guy, held spikes up, and he did get his yellow card.
Okay.
So he didn't get cheated.
I don't remember Luke necessarily being known for spikes up.
No, but his physicality, we saw that last year in high
definitely.
school. We knew that was going to translate for him.
I like what he did. It wasn't quite there, but you know, I'll tell you what you got here. And Raby and Schrader is exactly what I always say makes up a good. And I don't want to miss this.
Jack, one of you has to get there.
They're going to let it play. We have the advantage. And Aaron's, was he on?
He's on.
He's got one touch and a left foot, and he gets it through. Jim, what patience.
There you go.
What patience, Jim. Kyle had a one-on-one.
Schrader to, yeah.
He had a one-on-one.
In the
Could've blown
23rd
it.
minute, Viking goal by number 18, Kyler Narens. On an assist by Caleb Schrader.
Yeah, we've seen that over the years, John, 100 times where guys aren't patient.
Right.
And he just collected himself. He let the goalie make the first step, and just like Mike Schroffnagel always says,
Returning
just
for
roll
the
it in the
Foxes.
net. It counts the same as a
Number
blast.
2,
Well, and I'll tell you what, I was totally impressed
Seth
because the goalie
Oakley.
was coming over to
and checking
the
in for the
goalie's
Vikings.
right.
Number 4, Micah Hines. Number 11, Nathan Schmidt. And number 14, Ryan Pollock.
Both Kyler and the goalie were both moving east, and then Kyler brings it back with his left foot and puts it in the right corner.
And what
Just
a
an
nice,
excellent play.
Easy motion.
Yeah.
Nothing to it.
Not a
Kept
lot of
his
speed.
foot high on the ball. Didn't allow it to even get off the ground. Just rolled it right in.
Not a ton of speed. The goalie did get his hand on it, but it was so far out from him, he just could not get it. And that was an excellent goal. I want to return back to the center midfielders. What makes good center midfielders, besides being very technically efficient, is they got to be pesky.
Checking in for the Foxes, number 13, Zachary Heinbigner. And number 23, Kane Deere.
And if you watch them tonight, Jim, they are pesky. If the other team has the ball, they're coming from the side and just poking it a little bit, or they're just getting in the way. And that's exactly what I think Pastor did a nice job of adjusting to those two guys in the center.
I'm right there with you, John. I've always thought center mids need to have two qualities. Two really outstanding qualities. One, like you said, the pesky, the physical, the physicality.
Yep.
But number 2, to be able to see the field and make those passes. And these two are fabulous at that.
Yeah, got to be technically proficient. I mean, with the passes, whether they look backwards and pass or they look forward. And I just, I'm sorry if I'm a Coach Pastor Haig fan, but I'll tell you what, he did a great job of picking two guys, in my opinion, that fit that position perfectly. And he isn't afraid to adjust.
A little bit of, there we go. Nice job, Mason. No, and we've seen that, John. Now, I'm not going to say that Pastor just does something different to be different, because we know he doesn't, and we've seen it a lot, especially with his defenses. He gets them set, and that might be what you see all year.
Right.
But he's not afraid to take a look at things, and I'm willing to bet he probably talked to the players and said, hey, what do you about this? What about that? And when you've got that kind of talent, maybe it's just a little slight tweak like that, and it must work.
It makes all the difference. I'll tell you, tonight I'm seeing it already.
Well, and they just came off a 5-0 win at New Holstein, which,
they're well coached.
Yeah.
They're a solid team year in and year out.
They've been really good the last 3 or 4 years. A 5-0
Absolutely.
win. I mean, the 5-0 win against them is a. So maybe we're starting to see that offense click here a little bit. Who we got there? Number 11.
Nathan Schmidt.
Ooh, an offsides position, but we didn't have the ball.
Take it, Nathan.
Oh, and a nice play in there. For whatever reason, our side ref was saying offsides for the last half hour. but they kept playing. He'd never had possession of the ball to be offsides. I know he touched it or it bounced off of him, which I guess technically would be offsides, but it was so insignificant in the play, it really didn't matter.
So a couple of subs here for the Vikings. Another sophomore, one of the many sophomores, Nathan Schmidt, coming in. He's playing forward.
Is that number
11? He's playing forward with
number
Kyler.
11.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, here comes Kyler again.
Oh! Just missed him.
And there's another new sub. Our first center mid sub is Micah Hines, a junior. So looks like he's gonna be the guy to spell Caleb and Jack a little bit. They'll probably rotate those guys and get some subs that way.
Yeah, and this is a good time, Jim. You're up 3-0 on your home field. You're 26 minutes in.
And another sophomore, Ryan Pollock, playing outside left right now. It's those 6 sophomores. John, the future is extremely bright.
Wow, I know. It just
Returning for the Vikings, number 7, Sam Schrader, and number 9, Caleb Schrader.
Interesting move there. Sam Schrader started at outside mid, played almost 20 minutes, got a break, and now he's Luke Schlavinsky's replacement at stopper. So still feeling things out here a little bit.
And is Luke on the field at all?
Luke
No.
just got subbed out. He
Okay.
and Jack got their first breaks. So
They have the Sheboygan tournament this weekend.
oh yeah, that's right.
And that's a killer.
Is that 3 games? Used to be.
Yeah.
I think it's 2 now though.
I think
They're
it's
going to
2 the
divisions
last
or-
couple of
yeah.
years. Used to be 3, and I'll tell you, it was 3 of the most intense games of the year until the state tournament. I'll tell you, that was some of the best competition over the years.
Division 1.
Yeah, we used to play almost all Division 1 teams there, and some pretty good Division 1 teams.
It's probably good, John. Those were only 50-minute games because they were incredibly physical.
Oh.
Man. But that seemed to sharpen our boys up and toughen them up for
Yeah.
the middle part of the season.
And I'll tell you what I always saw after they came back from that tournament, Jim, is there was such physical play. The next game we'd play like Lemire or something, we'd just run them over and just murder them, the poor kids. I felt sorry for them.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we'd have a million calls the
Yeah.
first half because,
Right.
because the play is so different. But
Returning for the Foxes, number 1, Garrett Ellis. And for the Vikings, number 3, Ben Dorst.
Kyler getting a little blow here. Ben coming back in.
Yeah, coach is doing a nice job. That's got to be about 5 new faces we've seen sprinkled in already. So, Ben's looking. He was eyeing that baby up.
I'll tell you
wasn't he?
what, that would be my halftime adjustment, boy. Everybody play the goal kick and be ready to shoot.
Give up some wide.
Oh, I never liked that play, Jim, because the guy's usually in that offsides position. Nice job.
Oh, there it is. Yes.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Okay.
Very nicely done.
Who got that? Number 11?
I'm not sure. Pastor Hay.
11?
Pastor Hay. Pastor Hay.
11?
got it?
11?
Was that 11? Yeah, it was Nathan and Brendan was the assist. Or 15 was the assist. Okay, Brennan.
Yeah, Brendan did that, I saw.
In the 30th minute, Viking goal by number 11, Nathan Schmidt. On an assist by Brennan Coleman.
I'll tell you what, I saw Brendan Conan coming down from his defensive position down, way in the offensive, crossed it over, and ended up putting the ball, to a perfect position. Jim, we've seen a goalie change here by Omro. WLA up 4-0 with that last goal in basically the 30th minute. And the Omro coach is saying, hold it, I got to make a change here at goalie. This isn't going real well.
So obviously,
What's his number? Whose number do you need? The new goalkeeper. 51. 54. No, 54 just came out.
He went in.
No, 54 is on the sideline.
50.
Okay.
There's a 50 on the
51.
program.
Zach Milner, maybe.
Coming in at goalkeeper for the Foxes, number 51, Zachary Milner.
Yeah, I'm sure the Omro coach said to their new goalie before he went in, don't stand between the pipes and look
Yeah.
where he's standing. I mean, you know, so coach wants him out a little bit, which is good, but you can sometimes that can be a
Yeah, Jim, we saw that. We scouted that right away, didn't we? Early in the game, sitting back.
aggressiveness can be good, but it can also burn you. So
Unless you're a cheetah, where you have cat-like reflexes, you can get away with stuff like that. But the average goalie has not got that kind of talent and speed. And
no, and it's tough backpedaling as a goalie. It's much easier to come forward, to start back and then come out, but you have to be committed to coming out on those.
winds picked up a little bit, but I mean, it's not like we're freezing. But I don't know if these are lake flies tonight, but we're like being invaded.
They're huge.
Either that or mosquitoes that are like prehistoric, that are like
insect growth hormone.
Disgusting.
dangerous for WLA.
Wow,
A spinner there.
that was a little sloppy back there that time.
I know what I was going to say. Mammoth, you know, like you have the mammoths. These are mammoth mosquitoes. I mean, they're the size of a sparrow. They're like good.
We got blown up here
gosh.
from Florida. Huh? They heard there's a hurricane coming and they said we're heading north.
Yeah, I mean, they're like, wow.
Coming in for the Vikings, number 22, Gabe Truss.
Brennan got a little playing time in there at the defensive spot. Gave.
Midfield.
Oh, he was actually midfield.
He was
Okay.
playing at midfield.
Okay.
Outside mid.
A sideline reporter corrects. That's why he was up so far with that cross. That would make sense. Because I was like, why is he up almost?
You know, it's hard to
On
tell
the
here
line.
exactly who's playing what position.
Yeah, now we got Gabe Pruss. That's.
It's like outside mid, probably.
Is that what he is? Okay. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Caleb Schrader must be playing the stopper position because I thought Sam Schrader was. Oh, there's Sam now. Okay, he got back. Sam pushed up so far I couldn't tell who was stopper anymore.
Nice ball through. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, he nakes the
Nice.
corner.
Excellent.
And there he is. Oh, nice play to hit the goal. He got hit right in the head.
Deflected right off.
But I'll tell you, that was a great setup again.
Yeah, and who was that down there? Was that Ben or Micah?
Ben was the one who crossed it in.
Okay.
Yeah. Nathan Schmidt, I think, was involved in that a little bit too.
Nathan says, put me at forward. I'll show you what I can do. He's already got a goal. And
Yeah.
almost another one.
Zach, you're shifting over. Let's go. Hey, who's got him? Hey, get back.
You know what's been unusual tonight, Jim? Have we even had a corner kick? I don't
Oh, that
think
was a
we've
free
had.
kick over here.
Yeah, I don't think we've had a single corner kick. We're 34 minutes into the game, not a single corner kick. Foul on WLA, on the ground kick for Omro. Free kick. Ooh, and he low balls it.
That was a worm burner.
You got chucked though. Now let's,
Caleb work.
the
Look at him
peskiness.
work.
The peskiness. I love it. Boy, we got subs coming in with our starters here, huh?
Returning
not
for the
quite.
Vikings, number 6, Richie Thiesfeld. Number 8, Jack Raby. Number 18, Kyler Narrance. And number 20, Luke Schlavinsky.
So you're right. Sam Schrader did play a little bit of Schlavinsky position there. Jack, oh my goodness, what a great ball. Narrance tries to go around him. Whoop. Inadvertent contact on the ground. Yeah. Narrance is getting slow to get up. Okay, no twisted ankle. I thought maybe just kind of crossed over them. Their feet crossed together. It was just inadvertent. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
In college, they might not have even called that, Jim. It would just be play on.
Yeah, they would have encouraged it. Yeah. Kyler has an incredible burst of about 4 or 5 steps. He can just explode. Let's see if Gabe can do a little defensive work here. Caleb Schrader there to clean it up.
Look at that pesky play. Did you see that? Just out sideways. That's exact. You don't have to control the ball. Sometimes you just got to hit it towards the direction of either open space or your own player.
So we have
here's Stiesfeld trying to make a play,
Micah
which he did.
Hines and Jack Raby running center mid.
He's looking for Gabe. He's eyeing him.
6'6", baby. Go get it. Pound it in there.
Gabe's running like he wants it. Oh. Oh, he got away with a push there. No, that's part of soccer. Oh, dropped
ball,
it in the hole. That was number. Too bad. I'll tell you what.
That was on Richie. He's got to see that. He's looking right down the line.
Jack Raby put a. Oh, this is trouble. Oh.
You know, it's strange. They took that big, tall number 7 out there. He was really giving us problems. So.
Okay, Luke was trying. Hey, Jim, our first corner kick of the night.
See, Luke was in such a tough spot there. I'd love to see him a little drop at Cal and just have him pound him.
Yeah.
Coming in for the Foxes, number 5, Eli Kilgus, and number 7, Cody Wilson.
And I'll tell you, if you're not used to who's possessing and all that, can you use your hands? Can you kick? You know.
Go side inside. Go side inside.
Good looking ball. Great ball. There he is.
The cheetah just pounced on that baby. That was a true goalie pounce by the cheetah. Unbelievable.
You know, a few years ago when I think Caleb's senior year, Pastor allowed the defenders to pass it back to him, but that was only after countless hours of those guys working on it and making sure. I think the caveat was you can try this, but if it ever goes wrong, you're done. You know what I mean? It is risky. You see it at all the higher levels.
Oh, yeah. But they've played together so long. They put speed on the ball. It's just it's a different, it's a different thing.
Yeah. Although I remember going down, watching a lot of state high school soccer, and a lot of those teams do that.
Oh, sure.
But there again, it's got to be something that is second nature to you.
Yeah, you got a lot of players, Jim, that are playing, state level soccer in the summer, and they're playing that style and that type of thing. We don't, unfortunately, right now we don't have that.
Whoa, big forehead.
That's your number 7, Jim.
Right
giving us trouble.
Wow.
I know why they were giving us trouble.
Surprised they missed that one. That seemed very obvious.
Returning for the Foxes, Mike Steeney. And for the Vikings, number 3, Ben Dorst. And number 9, Caleb Schrader.
Now, 30th minute, it looks like all of our starters, Jim, are back in their regular positions. So he's going to make a finish here at the end of the half with their...
Yeah, Pastor's done a really nice job with those 5 or 6, maybe even 7 bodies going in there. And, maybe it's only for 5 or 7 minutes, but it's keeping everybody fresh.
Yeah. And we've seen that where, only 3 or 4 guys get in a half when it's a tight game. So 7 players getting in is a lot of subbing. Oop. Got twisted around, lost the ball.
Well, as you well remember, John, you get into this part of the season, and sometimes you can have 4 or 5 games, in a 6-day span. So you got to start developing that bench.
Oh, a lot of hand.
Wow. Didn't see that.
That was tight. That was a tight call.
Let's see how they defend this here. This Cal got about a 3.
Are they going to play a 5-man or a 4-man wall? 4-man wall. Ben going back to help, which is the right play.
I'll tell you what, I'd have 2 people on that big number 7.
And he blasted it.
Okay.
Waste the opportunity for Omro. Those are always tough. You know, you watch that on TV, you watch the pros, these guys that are experts, they spend a half an hour, they spray paint the field, the mark where they're supposed to stand, and then the guy kicks it 45 feet over the goal. It just cracks me up.
Yeah.
Why'd you spend that much time? Why didn't you just tell everybody you're going to blow it over the top of the goal?
40 seconds, 45 seconds, a minute shot of the game for that.
I don't know if that's the fans get a chance to get another beer or what, but it just drives me nuts. You know, you expect that from high school students once in a while, but pros, I'm always amazed. Ben doing a little bit of footwork here. Good defense by Omro. That's what you'd expect in the old days. Cut back. Nice move. Got around him. He's going to cross it over. Nairn's right there. Nope, that wasn't Nairn's. Yes, it was.
Yes.
Kyler Nairn's standing right there waiting for the ball to come through. Is that a hat trick?
Yes.
That is a hat trick for Kyler. First one, I
In
think,
the
of the year.
41st minute, Viking goal by number 18, Kyler Nairns.
Good job
On an
for him.
assist from Ben Dorst.
In the first half. Awesome.
Checking in for the Vikings, number 1, Oren Schimmel.
John, that piece of work right there by Ben Dorst astounded me. I mean, I know he's a good, solid player, but man, that was a beautiful piece of work right there.
Hold.
Right there, Kyler should back
Back here.
Actually, Schrader was open on the right-hand side. I don't know if Kyler didn't want to make that pass. If it was clogged up, hard to see. You know what, Jim? Again, we were just talking about coach making an adjustment. Ben Dorst coming up at offense. What a great adjustment. And we've seen the benefits of it tonight here.
You know, maybe getting him on the ball a little bit more.
Being more physical.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Such a
he-
physical player.
He's possessed the ball a ton tonight. And you know what? Caleb Schrader can certainly run with the best of them. Just earned a free kick there. He and Jack. So yeah, I like that. That's a good look.
You know, I've always said we talked about the attributes of midfield, but to me, one of the attributes for being a forward is you got to be able to hold the ball. You got to be able to be strong and hold the ball, because sometimes you're up there by yourselves, 1 against 4. You just need to be able to hold that ball. Here comes a free kick.
Oh, Mason.
In from Mason, drops it in the hole.
Offside. We
Offside.
must have started offside
Tough
on that
call.
because
Tough call.
as soon as he kicked it, the flag went up, so we were lined up offside.
And he was lined. I mean, the ref, give him credit. He was right in the spot where he's supposed to be watching and had an assist.
I usually, last time when I did the game, I wrote him down.
Yeah, I've got it.
WLA up 5-0 at half. Coming in the last couple of minutes of the game here.
You know, Eric Binder doing a nice job at that fullback position. Like what I've seen out of him tonight.
Yeah. Mentioned his name quite a bit.
Just
you
a
know,
junior.
the ball has been defensively really. The ball has really been in the offense on this side way more from Omro coming up the left side, their left side of the field. Free kick for them, 16. Going to take the free kick. The ball's a spinner, but we get a foot on it.
There you go, Orange Schimmel going in there.
Oh, that was Oren playing that.
Didn't take him long to get involved.
He's going to play that up and through. The goalie's sitting back there, Jimmy. Oh, he's going to get a kick. That was great. I liked that Nairns said, hey, I don't have time to stop it, cut back. I got to take the shot.
Coming in for the Vikings, number 22, Gabe Pruss.
And he did, and that was okay, but he got the shot off.
And a great through ball by Ben Dorst.
And he fought. Kyler fought through that, you know. I'm giving him credit because the first game I saw, I thought he could have played a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, well, we've seen that. We saw that last year too, John.
But I haven't seen that this game at all, Jim. I have seen him going, when the whistle's blowing, he's playing hard.
Okay, too late.
So credit to him.
The one thing we hope for, John, every year is that the seniors realize. Good call.
Good call. Yep.
The seniors realize
1
that
minute
they're
remaining in
seniors,
the half.
And there's no tomorrow, there's no extra time, there's nothing guaranteed, and I see
nice.
or I should say Kyler playing that way, and all the seniors. You know, maybe that's good. Maybe they're buying in. Richie Thiesfeld looked like Batman flying through the air there.
Luke Schlavinsky as well. I mean, he plays a man possessed as well.
That's a nice group of kids right there. Good quality kids, good leaders to have in your soccer program. Okay, now when you're 20 seconds left, everything goes out of bounds. You got to start preparing as though this is a one goal game. Get it out and get rid of it and kill the half. There you go.
There you go, Jim. Just like
10,
Thank you, Caleb.
just like the script did there.
7, 6, 5, 4,
Nope, not to the
3,
middle.
2, 1.
And there we go. First half.
Hey, what a great half, and not just 5-0. We just saw so many good things, John.
Fantastic. First of all, a couple of things, Jim. I was coming in with the impression we were going to see a lot of defense from Omro. We saw more offense, which is a total switch. I expected us to be a little bit more hesitant on offense. Holy cow, the goals were just poured on. So, what's your takeaway, Jim? From the first half?
Well, tonight's fun for us because we haven't seen them now. So, 2 or 3, 4 games, they've grown so much. We talked about Sam Schrader, how much better he looked. Eric Bender back at fullback looked really good at right fullback tonight. And the switch with Ben Dorst and Caleb Schrader. Wow. It's only a half, but that's some really good stuff we're seeing. So
absolutely
improvement. And would we not expect that out of Pastor Haig's team?
We would, and his adjustments are great. So, hey, great first half. WLA up 5-0 at the half. We'll be right back after the halftime report. This week's halftime report, we want to look at soccer law number 12, which incorporates the handball. And this rule has been slightly altered recently. This rule is often misunderstood, and one of the reasons many Americans tend to dislike soccer at times, as it is left to the judgment of the referee. Let's start with the rule. A handball occurs if any player other than the team's goalie within his own penalty area deliberately handles the ball when in play. Key word there is deliberate. The word deliberate makes it a judgment call. Just because the ball hits your hand doesn't make it a handball. Then the rule goes on to define the hand, from the tip of a player's finger right up to the shoulder. So what are the judgments that the referees are supposed to be analyzing during the heat of the game? Well, they're supposed to be looking at the distance between the opponent and the ball. They're also supposed to be looking at the speed of the ball. And now kind of the new rule, are the offender's arms in a natural or unnatural position? So the question for the ref now is intent. Did the offender deliberately place his arms in an unnatural position to increase the chances of the ball hitting him? I think the adjustment of the rule makes it easier for referees, but still gives a referee too much latitude. As an example, I often hear referees that do not want to make those calls at the end of the game to change the outcome of the game. Well, it's either a handball or it's not. The time of the game should not make a difference. And that's what I think a lot of Americans have trouble with soccer, as the rules are way too subjective. Here's a thought. Maybe the handball rule should be if it hits your hand at any time, it's a handball. That would certainly take the subjectiveness out of the call. And if you really think about it, that change would add a very interesting element to the game. Hey, we're just saying. Well, halftime is over. Thanks for that great halftime report. Boys got a little time to come and drink a little bit of water. Jim, the temperature hasn't dropped. That's sometimes here at night it drops. I heard there were freeze warnings up north, but It's actually very comfortable right now.
Yeah, it's great.
The wind has dropped off to nothing. We see the flag sitting flat.
You know, the key sign there, John, is when that grass gets that real shiny look.
Yeah,
it hasn't got there, so the footing should still be good here. For
yeah,
a while,
that dew, boy, it gets like an ice skating rink. We're getting ready. Here goes the second half. WLA gets the ball.
Hey, one quick question: is your halftime report sponsored by Leinenkugels, or is that just a rumor?
If it was up to my wife, it would be. She likes that summer something or other.
Summer Shane.
Sheen with lemon or something. I'm like,
Ooh, but Sunset Wheat.
Yeah, that's all right too.
I'm not much of a.
Let's not get started on that. I got a long way before I can have a drink tonight.
Well, and I'm just not a beer drinking guy at all.
So, John, you know what Mrs. King and I are doing after the game?
No.
We're going home to bake 2 batches of chocolate chip cookies because we're making a huge care package for the MLC bus back on Sunday. So
Awesome.
We got sausage and cheese and cookies. So come on down if you're bored. Let's make some cookies.
Yeah.
The only problem is that for every batch I make, I eat like 3 of them.
See, that's my problem.
Oh, good ball.
Oh, here we go.
Jack.
Oh, Thiesfeld wanted
Smart
it.
here.
Okay. Not a corner kick, a goal kick.
Spiders comes down this way, I'm going to be screaming and I will be gone.
Well, Jim, I don't know what the halftime adjustment or talk that Pastor had. When you have a really good half like that, what do you really talk about? I mean, everybody's played pretty well. Yeah, there was a couple of defensive things, but you know, I'm not sure what I would actually say at halftime. Good job, boys. Keep it up.
You know, I'm sure that there was. It's weird with Coach. You know, he doesn't have an assistant many games, so you know nobody to bounce stuff off of. And I saw as the boys came in, it's pretty standard for Coach Haig's teams. The first 5 minutes, the kids come in, they get their water, they relax, they stretch, they get talk, whatever, and then he goes out and I see him writing stuff down on a dry erase board, getting his thoughts together. And I'm sure there were a few defensive breakdowns there in the first half where we got a little bit lucky. Cal helped cover up a few, and we maybe, they blew a couple other shots. So always stuff to work on.
But offensively, that was a really good first half. Now
I'd like to see Mitchell get rid of that a little quicker there.
We've seen him do that in the first half. And not to pick on Mitch a little bit, but he's got to play a little bit faster. Because I'll tell you, when we play St. Lawrence and they got that smoking speed, he's going to have to play faster or he's going to get murdered back there.
Right, and there again, that's a work in progress. Mitchell did not play last year, I don't think. So first varsity experience here as a senior, and he's a good kid. Let's hope he works hard, and each night, just if you get a little bit better, come October, you're going to be looking good.
Exactly. Here's our pesky midfield right there. Was a classic example of them fighting for the ball. Now, that's a little bit better. That's much better, Mitch.
Look at that.
Nice.
Those two are just phenomenal, 8 and 9. They see so much. John, I'll bet you if you and I would have played for WLA, if they had soccer back in 1981, we'd have been the same way, wouldn't we? For about 5 minutes. Although we all know you were a gridiron.
Oh, I was going to say, John would have had more, just like college, more yellow cards. I can just remember the coach saying, hey, nobody gets around you, and if you do, you better drag them down. Otherwise, you are going to the bench. So nobody got around me, let me tell you. But I did get yellow cards. So
there's a rumor out there that you even took down a ref one time because you thought he was an opponent. Is that true?
Probably freshman year. That might have been true, Jim.
Oh, what a nice win.
Takeaway.
By Raby. Look at this kid. We're a third of the way into the season, John, and I think I've only given out one nickname so far, and that's the Cheetah. But I got number 2 in my pocket, so I'm getting ready to pull the trigger on nickname number 2. Oh, look at that.
That was just great.
He almost
footwork.
broke my ankles and I wasn't even on the field.
Just watching. Crossed my eyes.
Whoop.
Ooh. I like that Richie didn't give up. He's staying with it.
Come on
Okay,
up.
there's the cheetah. Oh, just totally confident. Jim, that's the difference with their goalie, Omro's, not to pick on them and our goalie. He was halfway out watching that ball the whole way, and then he kicks a monster kick.
Might get his assist out of this yet. Ben can pop it in there. Oh, don't push him, Ben. Okay. So here it is, John. Nickname number 2 for the season.
Okay.
Number 8, Jack Raby.
Yep.
From here forward,
Yep.
he's the Magic Man.
The Magic Man.
Yeah, not to be considered with confused with number 7 of the Packers from the early. When was that?
Yeah,
90s.
Mikowski.
But I think wow, it's fun watching, and I got to come up with one for Caleb, but I'm a little speechless there too. That kid is just phenomenal.
You know, if it would, I love the word pesky, but I would, I was thinking the pesky twins, but then you can't call them out by name,
Nice job.
Look at that. Look at this. Goodbye.
Maybe it's the cat in the hat, because I tell you, he pulls them out.
I'm sure if
MM for Jack Raby.
Eminem.
Raby. MM.
he's the Magic Man. Look at that. Look at how much ground those two cover.
And they double team. They're both together. But they're double teaming. It's just pretty amazing. Keep it low. Keep it low.
Ooh.
Trying to hook it.
So
at least we didn't spend a half hour setting that up to kick it over the top.
So in pro soccer, sometimes they put these devices on guys to
For mileage.
Yeah. I would love to see our 2 center mids, because those boys are everywhere. And the nice part, and with Coach putting those 2 together there, is it's almost like, 2 Energizer bunnies. Those 2 just go and go and go. Good play.
Schrader.
Sam Schrader again.
Schrader on the outside doing a good job.
I had a chance to, last game I had a chance to visit with Sam's brother, Zach. Oh, there's a good ball. Of course, we remember Zach from last year's team. What a great kid. What a great family. So he was talking to his little brother, Sam, after the game and giving him a few pointers, and good to catch up with Zach.
Well, they don't really look like brothers.
Sam's got about a foot on Zach, I think. But you remember Zach with his speed and quickness. I believe did he take over at sweeper for us after a 3-year run by
Justin Krause.
Yeah, Justin Krause. What a sweeper there. Holy cow.
Yep.
Fun to think.
3 years, it felt like 5. He was back there forever.
Yeah.
Might have been 4.
It was incredible. It's so fun to think back on the teams and all of the players.
Fisher comes to my head in that position.
Danny Hogley for years was a good. I heard Brian.
Brian Fisher
he was just nuts.
Oh wow! Feast fell right to Ben. Wow, was that fast? That looked like Division. Just looked like Division I play with the speed of that ball. Holy cow!
In the 54th minute, Viking goal by number 3 Ben Dorst on an assist from Richie Thiesfeld.
Good job, Rich.
I'll tell you what. Boy, that was set up a nice, hard, beautiful. Ben couldn't do anything else with it but put it in. Not to take anything away from Ben because he finished it, but I'll tell you what, that pass from Richie was hard, fast, and low. That baby was whistling.
You're right, John. You don't see that a lot in high school. When that ball is at that pace and it never stops, it just redirects it right into the goal. There's no goalie alive that's going to stop that one.
No, that's what I was saying about what I like is outside, inside, outside play. And that was, outside, inside. And it was so fast. It was that diagonal play that I absolutely love. Here comes a nice lifted ball. Cheetah right on it.
So early in the season, the first couple of games, I remember us encouraging Rich to be more aggressive and hustle more. I would say that sure has gone by the boards because he looks fantastic tonight.
Yeah, and I thought maybe it was maybe conditioning, unsure of himself,
right.
or whatever. I thought he is doing much better. Richie, if you watch this, you keep playing like that, by the end of the season, you can be an all-conference player if you keep it up.
Keep the energy. Yep. Oh, good pass right there.
Oh, here comes another one. Oh, my goodness, 2 in a row. From both sides.
Wow.
Jim, both sides, same play practically. Ben finishes it. Wow, within 2 minutes.
In the 55th minute, Viking goal number 3, Ben Dorst.
Oh, we are
on an assist from Sam Schrader.
We are so blessed to be able to see this kind of soccer. Thank you, WLA. I'll tell you. Wow, I'm excited.
John, I'm literally speechless from the first 3-4 games I watched this year to this game. And I know Omro's not going to go to state, but this is just a good, solid team right here. It is unbelievable what we're seeing. The improvement is just incredible.
There was your magic man, just lost the ball and just said, I'm going to get it back, and he did.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
Thanks. There you go.
Oh, 2 on the field. Okay. Nice throw in.
I'm telling you, when Jack Raby gets the ball and he moves his feet so quick, I get dizzy looking at him. It's incredible.
Hey, Mason.
It's interesting. Pastor Wright, I was talking to him about some of these sophomores, you know, and he goes, yeah, let's just say they're soccer freaks. I said, what do you mean? He goes, I can't even get him to go out for wrestling because they want to play indoor soccer all winter.
Oh, nice ball.
Good ball.
Into the mix, into the mix. Magic man trying to make it happen. Oh, I don't think the ref saw that illegal pick there.
Boy, Luke.
Oh, Luke with a nice play there.
Fox Lake toughness right there out of Schlavinsky. He's bringing the heat all the way from Fox Lake.
A lot of pushing, he got away with it. Well, he didn't. I was going to say he got away with it, Omro, but nope. Referee says we're going to see what happens, and he's going to play that as a call.
Hey, right away on your toes. Get off each other. Get on here.
Koblik needs to put a little bit more mustard up on this. And he's got a nice spinner.
Ooh, here we go.
He's got a nice spinner there.
That's a corner.
Yeah.
No?
That didn't go.
Go.
Thought that guy. You know, interesting, John, talking about.
What is that? What is that?
And then he. It wouldn't hit Kyler's foot. That would have been an awesome pass. But we got a bunch of Fox Lake. We got Schlavinsky from Fox Lake. We got Edwards from Fox Lake, and the Narens brothers from the Waupun Fox Lake area.
Well, I would
becoming
never
a hotbed.
consider Waupun part of the Fox Valley
that's where we got our basketball players
community.
from. Right?
Yeah. I was going to say, holy cow, Fox Lake has the suburb of Waupun.
Yes.
or vice
or
versa.
Cambria, Friesland, or whatever that is. You know.
Oh,
And watch
look at
this.
this. This is going to be
Watch this.
onside.
Oh, man of 17 doesn't turn.
Boy,
That's
this
another
I'll
one-on-one.
tell you what, Jim, this game is a real pleasure to be watching. Oh, nice goalie play. Just got a finger on it and stopped another goal.
Well, you can look out there at this team right now, John. You can see who the seniors are, who the leaders are, and it's not just scoring. It's hustle. It's talking. It's playing hard. It's being leaders. Love what I'm seeing here tonight.
You know, and Omro's always in the middle of the pack for the flyway. I mean, it's not like they ever finish at the bottom. They always produce pretty good teams. And I'll tell you what, 7-0 WLA is kind of...
Oh, boy, the goalie's way out.
Look at Richie make Hey.
Lucky the defender just deflected
I'll
it.
tell you what, nice hustle, Richie Thiesfeld, because you did an awesome job hustling to the ball and trying to get a shot off.
Returning for the Vikings, number 15, Brennan Coleman.
blood was in the water, Jim.
Yep. So I was a little bit surprised. I saw last week WLA went to North Fondy, the co-op, with those 5 schools or whatever, and only beat them 2-1. So that program must be on its way up.
Yeah, those guys were all freshmen and been playing forever. And they got the Hintz boy, which is a heck of a, I can only say enough good about that family, especially their son playing at UW.
Oh, here we go.
Their first
That's
opportunity.
Their best player right there.
Nice play. 11 came across. Is that
Is
Luke?
that 13? Who was it? I think Eric
Mitch.
Binder came flying in there and did a nice job on that.
Somebody came flying across and made a play on the ball. And I'm sorry if you don't get credit for it. It was Mitchell Edwards. We got to give him credit because he saved maybe a goal, but definitely a shot. Because you never know with a cheetah. Because cheetah can get just about anything. It's to Richie. He's making some ground. There you go. Got out-muscled there by a pretty good player, though. That 11 is definitely their best player.
You know, John, I'm thinking if we're going to do this nickname thing, we got to do the seniors because they only got 1 year. What a great pass!
And he's on. And he's on, and he's in for Ben with a hat trick. We got our 2 forwards both with hat tricks, Jim. Wow. And that was a hat trick in the first half, Jim.
Was that Kyler?
Yes.
Oh, that was Kyler? I thought that was Ben.
Too bad.
Oh, excuse me. Jim.
In the
45.
61st minute, Viking goal. Number 3, Ben Dorst on a pass from Kyler Narrance.
Hey, a hat trick in 15 minutes, Jim. Did I just see it? I just saw a hat trick from Ben Dorst in 15 minutes of the second half. That's amazing.
If these players ever watch this tape,
And they do.
all the garbage that comes out of our mouths, I hope they take this with them. Because you and I have seen a lot of soccer and coached a lot of soccer, when you have 2 guys like that are senior leaders and that are as unselfish as they are, it doesn't matter who it is. If somebody is making a run, you give them the pass. Next time they'll
Returning
give
for
it
the
back to you.
Vikings, number 4,
You're
Micah
gonna be
Hines.
unstoppable,
And number
boys.
11,
Just
Nathan Schmidt.
Stay unselfish as you can be, and look what's happening.
Yeah, and finish, Jim. I often say you can be a great forward, but you're not until you learn how to finish the shots.
You're right, John. How many have we seen that never left the ground tonight?
Yeah.
Those are hard to stop. Just
Yeah.
nice little. Oh.
Do the more guys go out or not?
Yeah, and I put this in my book as maybe the first 60 minutes of unbelievable offensive play.
The cutest little thing I've ever seen. He's adorable.
So I wonder if that's Sam's brother or if that's the other Schrader's brother.
He looks like
Because we got 2.
Caleb Schrader's brother.
Get her on the sidelines, and she's Google Island the ball boys. Oh, and there was a trip.
So, John, dare I say, this reminds me of the years where we WLA routinely beat teams 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 16. I didn't expect that out of this group, as limited as they were experience-wise.
No.
There is a boatload of talent. What a nice...
Oh, was that Richie again?
All right.
Boy, has he been practicing that.
All
Remember?
right, here it is, John. The third one of the year. And our first senior is going to get a nickname. After that, it just came to me. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I was watching.
Richie Thiesfeld is now 30-aught rich.
30 Rich.
Because, man, he has a rifle of a leg. And for those of you that don't know, that is a high-powered rifle. So 30-aught rich instead of 30-06. You think so?
Oh my goodness.
I like it.
Jim, you got to remind me of this. I got M&M.
He that was an absolute rocket. That was a bullet.
I know that. And last time I wanted.
We almost had another.
Last time I wanted a mulligan because I thought he could have. The first game we did, remember that? I said, I bet you'd like to have that again. And he improved, but it wasn't much. And now he puts a...
Richie did get a goal. He got the first... Well, that was an own goal, but yeah. Remember?
Yeah, that's what I have on goal.
But man, he's
Oh, here comes another one.
goodness sake.
Oh! Was that exciting?
Wow.
The oohs and ahs of the crowd. Nerens did a great job trying to, what do you call it when you're bending? What do they call those people when you're...
Nowadays you call it traction for you and me. When we're...
Gumby.
Yeah, Gumby, but there's another word, contortionist.
Yes.
He contortioned to try and make that shot and turn back.
And what hustle by number 11, sophomore Nathan Schmidt. Already has a goal tonight, and he saw a second one flash right before his eyes. Oh,
Look at this. Nerens was offsides that time, it looked like.
He was. That's what it looked like to me, but whatever.
Look at his shot. Oh, I'll tell you, it's the Wild West.
That's crazy.
I'm telling you. I'm going to have to give Nerens the gunslinger.
I think, you know what, John? I think that's a great nickname for him, because you look at the guy. He's got he's got 3 days worth of growth growing on the face there. You put a cowboy hat on him, and he looks like a gunslinger, and he ain't afraid of nothing.
Yeah, I mean, he's taking the shots tonight. I'm going to have to call him the gunslinger.
All right. We got a couple more taken care of tonight. Now we just got to remember who's who, right? Oh, this one's coming right up by us, John. Okay. So hopefully the Nerens, Mr. and Mrs. Nerens are okay with the gunslinger and the cheetah, but that's what we're going with.
I'll tell you, that shot right there was a perfect example of it. It was very impressive. Hey, we got a new guy coming in here, Jim. Ryan, is this the first time he's been in tonight?
Ryan got some minutes as a sophomore in the first half. I think he played outside.
Okay.
In the first half, he and Brendan Coleman kind of came in and gave those outsides a little bit.
Okay.
But this Nathan Schmidt, this number 11, wow.
Oh, he's going to call a yellow on that. Got him from behind.
Got one extra chuck there. Grab his red first.
Richie!
Has he got his red out?
He got 3 and 1.
He yelled at him, didn't he? Okay. Yeah, he had both in his hand. I'm like,
Hold the red out first.
Returning for the Foxes, number 4, Mike Steeney. Number 3, Aaron Clifford. And number 23, Kane Deere. And coming in for the Vikings, number 14, Ryan Pollock.
Yeah, it looks like Ryan's going to the outside mid over on the right. They now have Coleman on the left.
okay, I'm a little
14's
disappointed
calling
that
for it.
30
calling for it.
Rich is trying to score now.
He's calling for it. Let's see if he'll get there.
Oh, look at this one,
it's a
too.
Great ball.
Oh!
Swing and a miss.
Oh! This is just, I can't take it, Jim. This is way too exciting. Absolutely exciting to watch.
Just an offensive juggernaut here tonight.
You know, anybody that says, and I hear this quite often, oh, I don't like soccer. It's so boring. It's a score of 1-0. Geez, they've never come to a WLA game, because you will see true offense. You know, a lot of people think it's like the old NFL that was, you know, the score was 3-6 when the Packers played the Bears, and then the West Coast offense came in. And that's what I compare WLA's offense to at times. This is West Coast offense, baby. It's moving, it's grooving, it's scoring, it's shooting. It's really amazing. And I know some of the guys that go on to play college are bored to death with some of these college programs, Jim, because they go back to that conservative, one offensive player, or you know, let's not shoot too much. And
what a nice left foot by Ryan Pollock. Wow. Another sophomore.
It's just exciting to watch.
I'll be honest, John, coming into tonight, I was real curious as to what the energy level would be, especially with some of the seniors on this team. And I'm just thoroughly impressed. They look like they're here with a purpose and they're hungry.
Oh, look at that ball out of the back. Good job. Hey, Coleman, if you watch this back, you know, when you get the ball, you got to be looking for someone to get it to.
What a nice move by Micah Hines there. Wow, showing some real skills there. Look at that battle. Just another nice player to bring in off the bench. Wow.
Take a quick.
Kyler, you're out! No, we all love it. Yeah, Kai, out. Kai, you're out!
The refs should never see that. Yikes. I know he's in charge of that and blew it.
Is that a card?
On the rep. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we had
2 went in, and that's
No,
right.
3 went in.
Well,
And 2 came out.
actually, Ben Dorst never did go on the field.
4.
He turned around and went back there.
Hey!
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Who went in for him?
Coach said, hey, hey. Oh, nice. Number 11. He's winning my heart over here. Nathan Schmidt, a lot of good minutes out of him tonight.
Sam's playing back in the sweeper spot, huh? Or stopper spot. Out here
He's
in the
hungry.
corner.
Look where he is now.
Look at this
He's almost
play.
out front of the goal.
And we have another new player, and I know you announced him, but number 19. Now he must be new to the team, huh? One of our foreign exchange students.
Sometimes they don't get here
Yeah,
right away.
Peter Kim evidently
Peter Kim.
got here a little late to school. So.
Okay. Well, Peter, if your parents are watching,
Welcome to WLA.
yeah, from around the world, and you want to see some good soccer, this is the program. And he's getting a spot to play up at the coveted forward
Right up in
position.
the forward spot, huh?
So good for you. Why don't you wave to your mom and dad? Oh, no, he's gonna look down. He's
So
saying,
he's playing forward.
Coming in
Nathan
for
Schmidt.
the Foxes, number 15, Eli Faust. And number 2, Seth Okray. And for the Vikings, number 8, Jack Raby. And number 22, Gabe Press.
Jack.
here, oh, hey, Jim, here's his first time to get into the game.
Turning fire.
Oh,
Oh, look
nice.
at that hustle.
Fighting it through. Nice
Great,
job.
Ryan.
Nice
Oh,
job.
who's over
Oh,
there?
there's the
Go for it
backside.
If you get there. Oh,
Oh,
Big Gabe.
big-
He was striding down the sideline looking for it.
Big Gabe. Galloping Gabe.
Galloping Gabe. Yes. I like it.
Oh.
Actually run the Berlin, it's a smaller school thing.
Look at this. It just doesn't stop. Doesn't matter who's in there. They are attacking. They're hungry. Micah Hines with a great shot.
Oh.
The Magic Man
Oh. I thought he had it. He lined it up.
trying to skip one through there. Oh, and Sam Schrader hustles back, wins the ball. I love to see that. Look at him. Look at 7, boy. That kid is playing hard.
Oh, Galloping Gabe got taken down there. Boy, when he goes down, he goes down. doesn't
Takes a
it?
while, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Reminds me of Brad Call. I mean, he played goalie, but
So yeah, big 6'6". So you think back to some other giants that played soccer, and obviously Sean Augustine, right?
Oh, yeah. Sean Augustine. Love that
Goalie
kid.
from the. Oh, get on there.
There's a Fox Lake kid.
Yeah, no, he was actually a Green Laker. Yes. he
Well,
was, yeah.
hey, isn't Green Lake
Yeah,
a suburb
Fox
of
Lake,
Fox Lake,
Princeton,
too?
they kind of, yes.
I mean, if Waupun is a suburb, I mean,
Yeah.
come on. Oh, 17
Go,
saves
Mitchell. That's
it.
good. That's nice, Mitch.
That's
Good play.
2 in a row in the last 10 minutes that Mitch saved
Yep.
them getting
Nothing
a
wrong
shot.
with that ball going
Yep.
out for a corner. You got to do it. There.
Yep, I am okay with that.
So who else we got, John? We had Big Brad Cull, who was about what 6'4", 6'5". He was another goalie. He was before Sean. Peter Plagans was a pretty
Oh,
big
yeah, I
dude.
forgot
Was he?
about-
Big Pete was
Yeah,
about
well, he was a midfielder.
6'3" and
defender.
Oh, he was?
6'3" and about 220. There's the kind of guy you want. So
I could have swore he was a center midfielder.
yeah, we had some big boys. Uh-oh.
Cheetah.
There he is.
Cheetah makes the play and pounces again on the ball. Jim, you can't just say that's lucky. He just slid and is in the right spot to chest that like that.
That's 2 times today. He took it right to the chest.
I mean, that isn't just lucky. That is just being in the right place and making a play.
John, if we just walked up here, you could not tell who has the lead in this game. These players for WLA are playing as hard as the starters did when the game began.
Yeah.
There's just no different gear. It's go. Let's go. It doesn't matter who's in there.
Ooh, a little bit out too far, but
They want to save the shutout. They want to score goals. They want to improve.
well, it's their minutes to play. So, Jim, you know what that's like. You got to make the best out of the minutes that you get.
And can you imagine now with these kids developing what practices are like, John? I'll bet you it is competitive, and that's just going to make you better and better and better.
Well, don't they play for the trophy at the end of the year?
Winner bottom.
Yeah. That's like the coveted.
I tell you, some of those guys would have rather had that than a conference championship.
You know, I got to tell you, a couple of my kids have won that, and I think that's their most coveted trophy.
Yes, Mitchell.
Mitch Edwards, I hope he watches. See, he's smiling. You know why he's smiling? He made a great play, made him kick it out, and instead of pointing to the goal kick, he pointed to the corner. He's laughing about it. Look at him. His guys are giving him some guff on the bench.
He's
Mitch is
learning the
laughing.
game.
He's like, whoops.
Here comes man. Look at with the speed going. Jim, this is the 75th minute, and he's going like he hasn't even played.
What a play. Well, good play by the keeper. He came out on that.
Yep. You know, even though both goalies have been scored on 4 times, this goalie has been a little bit more aggressive than the other one.
Yes, yeah. And in all fairness to the goalie that's in there right now, those
are unstoppables.
Yeah, might as well just watch and enjoy like we did, because you aren't going to do anything about it.
Nathan, help us out. You ready, Cal? Sam, go over. Hey, Sam, two. Right. Move forward.
3-man wall for a free kick straight. You know, Jim, this is a dangerous position right here. Let's see what the cheetah does. He's still trying to. Oh, Jim, at least it wasn't 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Setting that up. That's so disappointing. There's so many
Returning
more
for
things
the
you can do
Vikings,
with
number 1, Oren Schimmel.
Oren gets a little time to play. He got a little in the first half. What's he going to play? Center mid, huh?
Jack Raby, the magic man, taking a seat. Looks like the gunslinger's out. We got some. Yeah, I'd like to say we got our youth in there, but when you're playing 6 or 7 sophomores in your top 13, 14 players, you're young all the time.
Boy, Nathan Schmidt just turned the Jets on.
Yeah, he's impressed me tonight. He and Sam Schrader, you know, a junior and a sophomore, really, I thought have played fabulous tonight. Speaking of Sam, look at that ball.
One touch. Oh, he was offsides, huh?
Okay, he was offside, but that was perfectly executed, John. Perfectly.
Yeah.
You bring it from the right to the center, and this guy makes a diagonal run from the left. And
I was trying to watch if Kim was going to take a position in the backside of the pole, and I got to watch that back and see where he went. But he kind of looks like he might know a few things about soccer. You know, maybe he's the next Timo in disguise. Oh,
Nice
comes
job.
out, does a slide, just ripped his pants. I don't know if you saw that in the first half, but Jack Raby, his pants were ripped. Did you see that? Oh, wow. I mean, it was getting physical there for a while. Talk about he ran so fast, he ran right out of his shorts. That was about right. What's the call here? Oh, we got a sub. Okay. Coleman coming
Returning for the
in.
Foxes, number 13, Zachary Heinbigner. And for the Vikings, number 15, Brennan Coleman.
So Schrader's coming out. He's had a good game.
very nice game
Yep.
by Sam.
Very good game. Gunslingers changing positions. They got him playing every which way.
So, You know, I really like the effort I'm seeing right now. I've seen no let off whatsoever with any of the WLA players. They still are the aggressor. Excellent to see.
Now you got some guys in some positions like Gabe. I don't think he's used to playing that position. And
Is he stopper?
yep.
He doesn't have to go up too high for some of those balls.
We got Orange Schimmel and looks like Micah Hines center
And
mid.
in the center, there's Aaron right there.
And Coleman outside. Like
Mitch
the
making a good
defense
play.
is
Smart play there.
Still intact though, John. It looks like defensively we still have Bender.
Well, 3 of your 4 guys, yeah.
Bender and Mason Kobolek and then Edwards, of course. Oh, maybe I couldn't tell. Oh yeah.
Hey, take that ball off.
Stopper.
Can't tell if that's Gabe or. Sure, everyone's getting so far forward that it's hard to tell.
Ooh, nice throw. Oren. Oh, I thought that was right. Oh, here's a nice
Micah
one.
Hines, that's a tough one.
Oh, there's a mistake by the goalie. And look at the footwork.
11. Look.
Oh, man. Pounds it.
Nathan Schmidt impressing me. Man, great effort again.
Yep, Micah Hines a
Micah's
little
in there,
bit
man.
mad at himself that he woofed that one.
I guess I'm not surprised looking at these sophomores and juniors. Last year, as freshmen and sophomores, I talked to Eric Troffnagel at the beginning of the year, and he said, "There's a ton of talent coming, Jim." And he said, "Yeah, did they go?" I mean, man, you can see why. Man, they're flush with it.
But,
More
you know,
talent.
having Troffnagel coaching at the JV level, they are going to learn some fundamentals how to play soccer. And that's really, not that we didn't have that before, but boy, you got a kid that was a great college soccer player. I got to see him play in a lot of games.
Player of the year.
Yeah.
He was a senior.
He was
he
amazing to watch. Yeah,
Wisconsin Lutheran, right?
played with my son, and I got to see him play in a lot of games, and he was a heck of a player.
And I think he's going to even be an even better coach because he really understands the game.
Returning for the Foxes, number 16, Mike Lemke.
Whatever you call it. 10-run rule.
Oh.
If we would have gotten it so we could get home and bake cookies earlier. But it's been a great game. Oh my goodness.
Are you live here?
Yeah, we just got some battery issue.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh.
Omro with the clear. Big Gabe chasing them down. Nice job by Orange Schimmel. Got a runner.
Pull this back a little. Watch the cord here. All right. There, I think we're. Why we're flashing?
Hold.
I like Pastor encouraging Warren to keep hustling and playing hard.
Go Red. Go Red.
We got a little injury player. Jim, I hope we don't go dead here. I love the first teams encouraging these guys.
Wait, Douglas. Who's playing D mid? Besides
Galloping Gabe coming across. Warren going. Now he's like, hey, I'm not pushing. Look at that, was a goalie play right there, wasn't it?
He's hustling. I like that out of Oren.
He did the kung fu splits there.
On your back.
Uh-oh. Dangerous place here. Oh, got it. Omro got it back. These are excellent minutes for these young guys because, you know, like you said, the tournament's coming up this weekend. You know, these guys are going to get some playing time this weekend, and they better be ready to roll.
Returning for the Foxes, number 25, Hunter Havrilla.
'84th minute, finishing out the game here. WLA up 8-0, right, Gwen?
Yes.
Hard to see the score clock. The number of lights are burned out.
It's 8-0.
I love the encouragement.
You know, it's good crowd here, John. You know, Thursday night, late game. Got a good crowd over there, and they're kind of loud. We haven't heard that too much.
Yeah, and the weather is just really for soccer. It's just perfect.
It is.
There's a handball.
It is. Those cool, still nights. We have so many good memories of fantastic soccer games here at the complex over the years, and hopefully we'll have a few more this year.
I just love that, you know, sitting up in this booth, the wind is always, I don't know if you saw the Florida hurricane, how they talked about 80 mile an hour at the 21st floor is 120 on the 90th floor. That's how I feel up here, boy. You get a little bit of wind, and it feels 10 miles an hour faster.
Yeah, so we're enjoying this calm night tonight.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I even brought an extra jacket because I didn't know if we were going to get rain, but it's really been just an absolutely perfect night. Oh, there's a nice play by Galloping Gabe.
Oren.
Oh,
He says, go get it. Oh, almost.
look at a scramble. Oh, I liked it, Jim. That isn't he your man there tonight?
Yeah, go after it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean he was right with it right to the end.
Don't back off. Don't assume anything.
Just one for now. We'll probably need another one at the end.
Cup winding down to the last few minutes here of the game. Look, ooh, slide tackles. Of course, he gets a warning for that.
Nice.
Great call by Cal.
He barks it out. You know he's coming.
I'll tell you, Eric Binder was looking at that one going, this is going to be tricky, and Cal's like, I got it.
Do cheetahs roar? Because that was kind of a roar, wasn't it?
I got to believe they do. I'm sure they don't meow.
Yeah.
They're too big to do that.
I mean, that was a definite roar. Keeper's got it, and everybody knows.
I'll tell you what, John.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Stay tuned for the post-game report as we interview your WLA players to get game insights. Here we are with Richie Thiesfeld and Ben Dorst. Richie, that was one of the best offensive performances that I've seen, possibly all time at WLA. What was going on?
We were just connecting passes, we were communicating really well, and we were pushing it up the line really well. Their defense was really weak on the outside, so we could push it up the outside and cross it in a bunch, and we seemed to connect a lot of passes, a lot of crosses, and got a few goals off that.
Ben, I've been watching you play center mid. The coach makes this adjustment to put you up there with Kyler. Holy cow, hat trick in 15 minutes. Do you know that?
Yeah.
What was going on?
I mean, like Richie said, we were connecting passes, communicating. Me and Kai, we've just been playing together so long. It's just easy to make those kind of passes, and with the weak outside, it's also easy to get those nice crosses right into the box.
Yeah, and I mean, when he was up, you were back, and vice versa. Is that just from knowing him so long, or did you guys like have this discussion like at the beginning of the game, or
It's
what?
not really something you can talk about. It's just something that you do when you play together so long like that, and you know people so well.
You got to give this guy a hand next to you because he put a missile. In fact, he's got a new nickname that I got to look up again. Because Jim gave it to him. He missiles one across the field, you know, the play. Why don't you describe what happened there, Richie?
When I assisted Ben?
Yeah,
Oh,
amazing.
Yeah. So what I remember of it, I just kind of beat the outside defender, brought it all the way down to the line, and then I just crossed it right in, and it happened to land right at Ben's feet, and perfect assist to goal.
All right, Jim's nickname for you is 30-aught Rich. Like a 30-06, only 30-aught Rich, because you shot the ball so hard. And Ben, our joke was you had to just stand there and yeah, I mean, it boing like I mean, is that what you saw? Obviously, you got your head on it or foot or whatever.
Yeah, foot, but I mean, you don't really have to do anything when it's coming at you that hard. You just put your foot out and let it go in.
And then 2 minutes later, on the opposite side, was that Sam on the opposite side? Does not, you know, almost the same thing.
Yeah, perfect ball right to the head.
You got practice up there with your headshots. But again, what the two center midfielders, that adjustment, and you guys up at the top, and Richie. Boy, I'm asking a lot here. But Richie, let's start with you. My first criticism of the first game is you shut off too much. Tonight, did you notice that you stayed in the game all the time? Yeah. What was the difference? Was that you went back and watched the game film and my criticism?
Yeah, I did. I actually did. I listened to what you were saying, and I took that to mind. And for sure, I knew we had to be more aggressive ever since our first game, because I think we should have won our first game. We didn't come out as intense as we should have. So by playing more intense, me playing more intense, it also motivates everybody else to play more intensely. So yeah, I think that's part of the reason, and I think my endurance has gotten better, and just learning how to play harder and play smarter.
And Ben, the senior leadership, right? I heard you barking out there a little bit. You wanna what were the barks that you were out there? You were helping some of those young guys. I heard it.
Yeah, it's good to always let those young guys know what's going on around the field, whether they got a guy on their back, whether they need to get the ball out of the air, whether they need to check to the ball, all that kind of stuff.
Well, congratulations on one of the best offensive games I've seen from WLA, and I've seen just about most of them. So congratulations on the rest of the season, and good luck at the Sheboygan tournament. That's a tough one. Thanks for tuning into the game this week. We'll be back with you next week for another great round of WLA soccer. Hey, don't forget to tell all your friends and family about the new WLA YouTube channel. See you next week.